What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to part 3 of the walkthrough. So at this point you should have access to 3 of the weapons and the upgrade for each. It's time to make our way to get the final weapon and finish wrapping up the starter zone aside from the fish chests, which we cannot get until a fog state. And we already killed a couple of these enemies. If you want to kill them, go for it. You certainly don't have to kill them. The reason I had cleared all the way up so that we could just run right on through. I was hoping to get the glimpse bonuses. Alright, we got our spectral token. As a reminder, tokens are for hardening buffs. Grab those and then through the hole, and we're gonna have to fight some jumpers. Now the nice thing is that these jumpers will not respawn once you kill them, at least not until I think they respawn during fog state, but after you've cleared them out of here, you can safely go through this area. And you may remember from the cave, it's really easy to basically stun these guys. If they jump at you like that, just harden them. If they connect with you, they'll do that thing you saw earlier where they climb on and bite your neck. But you shouldn't have too much trouble taking them out. They're still very much a basic enemy, just a little bit more annoying than some of the others. Was there something? No, I thought there was something in that bush for some reason. Let's see. Spectral token and shroom. Continue through the hole. Get some more baddies. The spore. Okay, I know where we're at. Look at this. Should have a big boy right here. Now, before we do this next area, I would highly suggest you just run back to base since it's right here. The main reason is if we die, we are going to be warped all the way back to where we got the Martyr's Blade, and obviously that's less than ideal, because then you're going to have to run past a bunch of the big guys and all that stuff. So just for good measure, you should come on through here, talk to Sester back here at the main hub, and then that way, if you do die, it's easier to just go ahead and tackle that area from the starter zone as opposed to having you make your way back. Keep in mind, even if you don't, those jumpers won't respawn, but still I think it's easier to approach this area from here versus where we just were. Not today, sir. Make sure you have some tar spores. You should have plenty, but you're definitely going to want them for this next area because we're going to be going through the waterway and there are a lot of poison frogs. So here's that dude we had just killed. We'll just kill him again. Get buried! Alright, so after killing him, head up, and we have 3 paths here. This will take us to the Obsidian Zone. This is the waterway. This is a just little small standalone camp. so let's continue down here, and this will bring us to a big old camp filled with baddies. Lots of enemies here, so just be very careful with your spacing. Thankfully, the big boys decided to wait their turn. Now you are granted the most glorious of music instruments, the impervious lute. So grab that. Grab this chest in the corner. And we can't get this fish chest yet, but this one is where we pick up the molten spike upgrade for our sword. So just keep in mind how we got over here from the base. As soon as we get a fog zone, we're going to be grabbing this. Check the bags. Alright, and before we even go into the water up ahead, I'm going to go ahead and pop a tar spore. This area has a lot of the frogs, so just in case a frog jumps up on me, I want to have immunity to the poison. Here, get this little thing hiding, and then through here for the hidden shrine. Now, back in episode 1, you may remember how I said that one of the reasons this playthrough will not cover platinum is because there's 2 separate challenge runs you need to do. This is one of those challenge runs. This is the Obsidian Form. So what's going to happen is you interact with this shrine and it'll tell you your connection to all the shells will be severed. You'll lose all progress made. If you choose to select yes here, it will turn you into a black obsidian version of your shellless form. My understanding is enemies have increased aggro. Your health is incredibly low. Like if you get hit once, you will die. You do have a decent amount of stamina. You do still have access to harden. But you need to beat the game in that form. Now, I haven't confirmed this myself, but some people are suggesting you can get up to the final boss, activate Obsidian Form, beat the final boss, and unlock the trophy. I don't know if that is true, but some people are saying it is, so just throwing that out there. This is a Gorg or something. He's also kind of a mystery right now. A Gorth. I was close. It's basically just frog backwards. But he's just there. There's nothing special about him. He just hangs out. I believe they're planning on adding some kind of unique quest to him a little bit later in the game. But when I asked the devs about him, they said, oh, there's nothing right now. So, but anyway, yeah, come up here, circle around. We're going to kill some more baddies. And we... Oh, that's okay. Get rid of the city at first. Oh, wait a second. Go on over here, pop this. Get some superior moonshine, which we need. And over here we have Baghead. Now, just to give some perspective to where we're at, right up here, this is the Obsidian area. There's the rest of the waterway. Gorf is like right below me, so you know where we're at. But anyway, talk to Baghead, and he is going to be like, you have a rat, and so you want to give him the rat.
Can I?
After you give him the rat, keep talking to him, and he's going to see that you have superior moonshine. Go on and give that to him.
Drop.
And then he's going to ask you to be best friends forever, and say yes.
Come on then.
Let's look at you a hidden achievement.
Take a sit and have a drink. we can watch life pass on by.
So basically, this is choosing to give up the life of the shells, just hang out with your new best friend, jam out on the loop, and watch the world pass by. Actually, don't think I can skip this though. Yeah, whatever. It's a cool little cutscene, so we'll let it play out. And it actually helps to do this because it's going to warp us back to base, which is good. Because, you know, get back to base nice and safe, and then we can continue and make our way to Obsidian. See the jumpers slowly approaching. There's one on the left, two on the right, one up above. And then we'll get a credit roll. So, cool little hidden ending there. And she'll warp you on back. So from here, what we are actually going to do is we have one more camp to hit, but we're going to take the back path to the Obsidian area. It's a little bit easier, in my opinion, going and doing that. Actually, you know what? We'll get that camp on the way. It does make sense to run over there now. We'll get that camp when we return back. So just head on into the Grisha Cave. Look at that, walkthroughs are ever evolving, always thinking up more things to make things efficient. And either this or the path we were on will take us to the Obsidian Zone, but this will take us to the high route of it. And what's great about this is there's a bunch of archers that will be shooting at you from up here. So going from this direction will make sure that you can take them on out. So you'll notice right now I don't have my shell thing because I didn't talk to Sester, so probably should have talked to Sester, but I think I'll be okay. Always getting hit in the face. Grab that. I'm just gonna leave you there. I'm not worried about you. Get that guy to come over here so I'm out of the range of the archer. One is still shooting at me. I know, I hear a different one. Go. So whether you go down or up, the only difference is if you take the other path, all of those enemies will be trying to archer you. Couple more enemies to kill, and then we're going to grab a very, very nice upgrade. Now, if you remember, I said something about saving up 3,000 tar, and we've saved it all up for this moment. Well, actually, that moment won't happen if I die. This would have been a very disappointing time to die. Bro, no. No. So after making it all the way over here, we have 2 goodies to grab, and then we're going to get our final weapon. The first is tucked away all the way on the right side here. And there we go. There's an effigy of Solomon. They'll just say unknown until you unlock Solomon's name. And what we really want is before we go up into the temple, run along this, keep going, and you'll come to a doorway. Go through that, and we have the corrupted sister. Now the reason we wanted to save 3,000 is to pick up this, the forbidden offering. This is a upgrade for our seal, and it's going to increase our resolve gain. She also sells an infinite stock of effigies, and then tainted nectar. Tainted nectar is a little bit unique. What it'll do is it'll forcibly remove me from my shell, but it will not cost up my little white icon. So let's say I'm on the verge of death. I could use tainted nectar to pop out of my shell, and then I could jump back into my shell to get full health. So kind of like you know, tactical healing, I guess. So hopefully you have 2 resolve bars. You can run past this guy, but he is a single spawn. Once you kill him, he will not come back. Doing that, just wow, oh my god, of all the ways to die, of all the freaking ways to die, I mean, you know, it wouldn't be a Souls-like with me playing if gravity didn't bone me at least once.
I've kept your flesh safe.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping my flesh safe. Jesus. Well, now I get to show you the speedrun strat. Which, technically speaking, I should be using teal for the speedrun, just because that's stamina. But like I said, that guy won't respawn. Kind of a pain in the ass to fight him there. I should have kited him back a little bit. In fact, I shouldn't have even done the 3rd swing. He was dead on the 2nd, but my ass was like, I want to make sure he's dead. As you can see right there was like a small circle icon on that item. Items on the map, in particular mushrooms and things like the boiled frogs that are in pots and whatnot, those will just replenish over time. So you can farm the map for those. If you're just needing healing items, I'd highly suggest you just go spend the tar. What was it, 100 tar per roasted rat? So that's a much easier way to get your healing. Here we are at our 3rd temple, Eternal Northix. Now you can tackle these temples in any order that you want. Very similar to Dark Souls 1, kind of how it's like, if you want to go to catacombs, go to catacombs. If you want to go down to the depths, head down to the depths. But this is considered the final temple, unofficially. Things are a lot harder here. A lot more, the ranged enemies are going to hit you harder. You know, just something to consider. I ended up stumbling into this area rather early. Pass on that. But anyway, interact with the book, and this will get you the 4th and final weapon, and one of my personal favorites, the hammer and chisel. So as a reminder, the Scorching Mace, really good for like an AoE option, has nice wide swings on it. Has really potent damaging weapon specials. The Martyr's Blade is big, but more focused on stagger potential and locking enemies down with big beefy hits, with the ability to freeze enemies, kind of cheese tactics. And then lastly, we have the Hammer and Chisel, which is the fast boy weapon. Very quick. In my opinion, I think this is the best weapon choice for Eredrin. because of the low stamina costs of it. The specials for it involve a unique spin to win AoE, which you'll see him do. And then the second one is really badass. You throw the chisel portion up in the air and hit it like it's a freaking baseball targets. This is one of the harder haters, in my opinion. Very fast with his attacks. There's the AoE. Woo! I had my hardening up. And you have access to hammer and chisel. So just like the other weapons, I am going to show you how to grab the upgrade for this. It's going to be a little bit harder because there's a hell of a run here, so keep that in mind. If for some reason you have not spent your tar and you have like, 3,000-4,000 tar, I'd suggest spending it. You don't want to risk losing anything. In fact, I'm gonna see how much an upgrade costs and probably pick one up here. I want that. No, I can't afford that. Well, let me pop some items here. You're worth 5. Use those, and then I'll pop some tar. Let's use you. Let's use you. That was a big chunk.
Don't.
There we go. Got a nice upgrade. Now I got nothing to lose. Well, I guess I got 98 to lose, but I'm not worried about that. So anyway, you're gonna want... I mean, you can try and fight these guys. I would not suggest trying. Need to get him away from the door a little bit more. There we go. After him, run on in and go to this teleporter that's on the left. And these teleporters, think of them as like an X. So the teleporter that's on the left will warp you over towards the right side of the map. The teleporter that's on the right will warp you to the left side of the map. And don't worry about grabbing anything else. We're going to be covering all that stuff when we come here in proper. And right over there, that's the upgrade. So one of the reasons I suggested spending everything is... honestly, it's going to be easier to just grab that upgrade and then get the hell out of here. Like, just die. Just trying to run back is a pain. I'll show how to try to run back, but not going to make any promises here. Let's see, this area has a bunch of archers that are shooting at you. Now we have the perfume sensor. Very real chance I will die without making it back. It's a bloody miracle. Switch back to my hollowed sword. And if you've been successfully following this guide up until now, you are now in a phenomenal position to tackle the game. You have all 4 of the weapons.
Yes.
You have the base upgrade for every weapon. You have the, actually we'll go ahead and use it while we're here. You should have the tarnished seal, which will boost your resolve coming in, which will make it easier to execute weapon specials, in addition to making sure you always have enough on hand to get into powered or past. Things should be good for you right now. And there's still even a little bit of zone left for us to clear out. So keep an eye on how fast my resolve begins going up now. You'll notice that I hit bars of resolve much, much quicker than I was before. That's a bar. Killing one enemy got us a bar. I was so distracted with getting my upgrade, I forgot about this. And even though it's going to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass, we are going to take the low path heading back. Remember, you have iframes, so you can safely do shit like that. Now you can't get it yet, but go ahead and knock these away just to reveal that fish chest. That way the next time you come here, we'll be able to easily grab that. Won't be hidden in the fog behind items and whatnot. Grab those scriptures. Actually, haven't tried this yet. Let's see. I was trying to be nice, but I see you want to be a bitch. Alright, anyway, just turn here, and then we are back. This is the final camp that I wanted to clear. Take them all out. Grab the moonshine. And with that, we are all set. So, if you've been following along, the only thing left to get in this area is going to be the fish chests, which, once again, we cannot get those just yet. Grab some fresh tar spores. And we are back. So, moving on from here, in the next episode, we are going to make our way into what is known as the Temple Grounds. That is the same area that we picked up the Smoldering Mace. But at this point, we have wrapped up all of Fallgrim, and we are ready to tackle our temples. So stay tuned, and I will catch you all then as we begin the Temple Grounds.